Hi, it's Vinny, and today I wanted to talk about something that really is on my mind a lot and something that has kind of plagued me for most of my life and still does a bit today. And I do have a feeling that most people with mental disorders do struggle with this. And that is the idea of trying to pass as a normal individual. Now, the thing is that throughout most of my life, I'm a I'm a pretty private person. I'm also very shy and introverted, so I don't spend a lot of time talking to other people or kind of opening up to them about kind of what's going on with me or the sort of problems I'm dealing with. Even if they're like my friends and whatnot, I'm really not the type to sort of confide in other people because with experience, I have found myself that whenever I have confided in someone else, they tend to not take me seriously. So I've kind of learned that, maybe people don't like to hear these types of things. Maybe it's just too heavy of a subject. Maybe it's just, a downer or whatnot. And, maybe this is just not the appropriate situation to talk about such things. So, yeah, I kind of learned to kind of what I call play the game and sort of pretend like nothing's happening. Now, the thing is that sometimes what will happen is there'll be a situation that'll come up where someone says, hey, would you mind doing this? And there will come, in that will arise the conflict where I will kind of be internally freaking out thinking, okay, what do I tell them? I'm not comfortable with doing this. This makes me feel like I'm trapped. This makes me feel anxious. I feel I get chest palpitations when I do this. So, I'm thinking all this, and then finally, if I choose to say like, yeah, actually, no, really, I can't really do this. Then usually the follow-up question is, oh, why not? Why would you have a problem doing that? And I really, really hate that question because it's hard enough for me to actually say no to someone, which is something that is still kind of hard for me to say sometimes. But to actually kind of reject someone's request is difficult for me. So now they're kind of wanting sort of an excuse and answer to why, and my answer is basically like, well, I don't feel comfortable doing this thing because I lack motivation due to my depression. Or maybe I don't feel comfortable working a 8-hour shift at such and such place because after only about 4 hours, I already feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack. So, these are things that I just don't really talk about. And when I do mention them, it literally it shocks people. I always get this reaction where I can just see their face, and it always is like, "Whoa, I did not ask for that." And sometimes with some people, I get it. Like it's something that's really unexpected. Usually when you say, "Oh yeah, I don't want to do something," usually it's for some reason like, "Oh, there's a conflict with this," or maybe I just like doing this better or I have a different way, blah blah. But it's never usually as what I would call intense as saying, "Oh hey, I can't do this," or else I'll have thoughts of wanting to harm myself, point blank. And yeah, so I understand the shock, but the thing is that sometimes I get this kind of skeptical look, like, really? Like, are you serious? Um, and it's like I freeze because I'm like, oh no, this person doesn't believe me. And then it occurs to me why they really don't believe me. Now, here's the thing that I've been wanting to talk about, where basically all of my life, I have struggled with, almost throughout my entire childhood, I've struggled with depression, and anxiety. My anxiety really manifested in my early adult years, so after leaving high school and whatnot. But I was very familiar with my depression and how I felt, and wanting to harm myself, stuff like that. And I realized that these things, whenever I heard anyone talking about depression or anything to do with mental disorders, um, I always heard from the adults around me stuff like, "Ah, that person's crazy. Oh, what a nut job. Oh, they're so insane," or like, "Ah, you just can't trust those people," and just really, really negative things to say. And I picked up on this real quick, and I thought, oh my god, I gotta prove to them that I'm not, I'm not crazy. I'm not like this. I'm not untrustworthy. They think I'm a bad person. They think I'm bad. And so it was from then, from all that feedback that I got from, adults around me, that I'm like, well, I can't show them anything. I can't trip up. So pretty much, I can guarantee you, anyone who knows me and is close to me, with the exception of very, very close friends, my boyfriend and my mom, that most people would never know that I have any sort of mental disorders. Would never even know that I even struggle in any way with issues like, I've always, I'm a driven person. I'm very passionate. When I was in school, I was that straight A student. I would literally be devastated if I got like an A minus, or heaven forbid a B plus. But I was always driven. I was really, I excelled at my artwork, academics, and a lot of people saw like, wow, that girl's passionate. That girl's going somewhere. She's got it figured out. She has a goal. She wants to go to college. She wants to be this. She wants to do this. So, I mean, whoa, she's a force to be reckoned with, basically. But, this was not that I'm not those things, because I'm absolutely those things. That's real. But what they don't know is a lot of that was what I wanted them to see. I wanted them to see this person that didn't have these flaws on the inside. I wanted them to look at me and saw and to see all the wonderful things that I loved about myself, but didn't feel like I could really appreciate it in the fullest extent because of all the negative things that were going on in my head. It's hard for me to think of myself sometimes as like, I'm this very compassionate person. I love helping out other people. I love doing things for other people. I'm very, very just I'm very driven, basically, to help others. I'm a giver, and it's just the thing that makes me happiest in life is to make other people happy, or to kind of improve their quality of life. That puts a smile on my face. It absolutely does. So it was really, I had that in me, but then I would have these horrible thoughts about, like, oh, you wanna like rip your skin open, or oh, you wanna shoot yourself, or oh, you just wanna just do this horrible thing, or you're thinking about these terrible thoughts about these other people. Oh, if I just push this person down the stairs. Oh, if I just did this, and that. And like, I thought to myself, am I really a good person? I think I am. Um, I believe in all this stuff, but you know, nobody's gonna buy it if they know this about me. The moment I tell them that, hey, I have very negative thoughts in my head that are really hard to control sometimes. And although they're not part of my personality, they do happen and I dwell on them a lot. And they're just really going to think, like, I know that they're going to start doubting me. They're going to think, oh, she's that person. She's the crazy one. So, like, I deal with this thing where basically I didn't want anyone to know about me. I didn't really I didn't really want, people to think of me as this bad person because of the thoughts I felt. You know, even things, about my depression and being unmotivated to do things. Because I would hear things all the time. It's like, oh, people who can't work X amount of hours, or people who don't do this or go above and beyond, they're just lazy. They don't contribute to society. They're a waste of space. They don't deserve to, blah, blah, blah. Oh, look at them. They're having, everyone else shoulder the burden. I heard so many things like that. And for me, that was really damaging. Like, I cannot believe how much it would hurt hearing those things and thinking, I can't do that. I have a hard time. I struggle with that. Does that mean that I'm worthless? Like, they think I'm worthless. I know I'm not, but if I tell them about this, they're gonna see me in a whole different light. So it's difficult. And now, now I'm at a point in my life where I am so sick and tired of trying to prove that I am normal, that I am safe, that I am, a wonderful, kind person, that I am, I'm intelligent, I'm passionate, I'm driven, that I have a lot of talent, that, there's so many things that I have to offer. And I am sick and tired of trying to prove that just because I have these disorders, you know, means that, oh, all of those things about me are instantly invalidated. Like, I'm tired of it. I really am. And I don't want to have to stick up for myself anymore. I want people to just accept that, you know, this is just the way I am. Everybody, as cliche as it may sound, everybody is different. I'm different. I can't help the way that my mind processes information. A lot of the things that kind of, happen to me, I understand. I understand that it is most definitely because of the trauma that I experienced in my childhood. And I absolutely know that just, the things that I go through, it isn't really my fault. The only thing that I always hold myself accountable for are my actions, what I do, what I say, what I don't do in certain situations. Like, those are things that make me who I am, And, I just want people to know that when you have, a mental disorder, when you are going through things and you feel like you're that other, you're not like other people. It's like, yeah, you're right. You're not like other people, most people. But you know what? You're like someone. You could be like me. And, the thing is that people make it sound as if everyone is just this one singular way, that things are just, they fit into this one perfect kind of template. That people are like this. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to feel this. You're supposed to process information this way. And you know what? That's not reality. So I just want people to wake up and realize I'm a person and that this is just a part of me. This is a part of who I am. This is a part of my reality, and I'm I'm not ashamed of it. I embrace it. That's who I am. I work so hard. I work so hard to be the best person that I can absolutely be. I work so hard to do that. And you really shouldn't judge someone unless you honestly truly know what it feels like, what it really feels like, the 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 mental energy that it takes, the practice of coping mechanisms, all of that. If you really need to know how it feels like in order for you to even begin to think that you can judge someone for who they are and what they've gone through. And so yeah, I just really wanted to get that off my chest, and I'm really tired of catering to people and trying to console them because, oh look, I well Vinny, she's this, she's smart, she's talented, but oh man, that anxiety though. It's like, what about it? I'm both those things, and I'm great. So I'm gonna leave this here before it gets a little bit too long, and I hope you enjoy that. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.